at Backlash. Hey guys, it's been a while since I posted on YouTube or anything in general. I have been posting my reactions on TikTok, but I didn't post my Backlash reactions because WWE was taking people down and I was scared and I was scared. But I know I'm not like a big creator on TikTok. Y'all, I barely hit 3,000 followers. All because your girl's Obafemi post was popping off. Y'all, y'all, if you guys haven't been watching my TikToks, I've been an Oba fan since the number one day. I watched him on XT a little bit, but not like the entirely. But oh, but Chef's kiss, you cannot deny that man won't be like a future superstar. But anyways, you guys, we're just here talking about. I think I do want to talk about like what happened at Backlash, but at the same time tell y'all like what's been happening recently, which not a lot has been happening for me. Um, Pretty much like I said, your girl hit 3K on TikTok. I just been posting my reactions. So like just switched on where it's like if my thing went down, what the hell I'm gonna do? It's probably nothing. But I kind of do want to further this space for, I guess, putting myself on different platforms. So here I am, YouTube. I really do want to post my clips on YouTube, but it's just like every time it gets like, it doesn't even get posted because it gets copyrighted. And I really don't be having music like their theme songs or anything on my clips. So, and it kind of just sucks because I gotta say, for me, I gotta save my TikToks to my phone, post it through my phone, and I just feel like YouTube takes forever to post. I also probably just need to look into like one thing that can upload my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube because I did create a separate Instagram from my like regular picture one. But like I said, you guys, I just feel like from my PC, like it takes forever to upload a YouTube short or Instagram reel. The only thing that's fast is my TikTok, but I'm gonna try to branch out, you guys. It's just I really do be hating it, you guys, because I'm recording it and then I'm editing it, and I'm just lazy. Realistically, I'm just lazy. But I'm gonna try to put myself on the grind. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more like reactions because I did do a Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. I do want to react to old wrestling matches, but I'm scared they're gonna come for me. They're gonna take my ass out. But let's just get into what we've been getting into. Since I just been working, you guys. I work a 9 to 5 and it's heavily customer service. So by the time that I get home, I'm just like tired because I've been dealing with customers all day and I just want to relax. But besides the point, you guys, I also do want to try to be a streamer. You know, the people that everybody knows what a streamer is. I'm sorry for trying to explain to you guys. But the content creators that are watching, you know, Raw and SmackDown when it comes on, it's just, I want to do that, but at the same time, I don't think I can. By the time that I get home, Raw and SmackDown is already on, so I gotta rewind that shit. But like I said, you guys, by the time I get home, I'm super like tired. Um, I just don't know what to do. I'm like really iffy on it, cause lo and behold, you guys, for example, there are segments that or beefs that I'm not really into. So during that time, if it's a beef that I ain't into, I just recline my chair back and I just like sit scrolling on my phone. That's why I kind of don't want to be a streamer reactor just because there are some segments that I'm not interested. Like I will be on my phone watching my phone until that segment is off. So that's why I'm like, Do I want to be a streamer, reactor? Do I not? Cause y'all gonna see me laid back in my chair. And ain't nobody gonna see me laid back in my chair, you guys, because my double chin will be coming out and ain't nobody gonna see that, okay? Um, but those are just the things that I'm kind of iffy. And I know a lot of people will like say like you gotta branch out and show your like more of your personality. That's my personality. Like if something is boring, I'm not gonna watch it. And I also don't post like my reactions to things that I'm not into. Like the whole Sami Zayn. Mm, yeah, I do not like Sami Zayn and all. Ever since he took that WrestleMania spot, ever since he took the belt from Melo, I just don't be caring about that man. Every time he comes on my screen, I'm like, boo, 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 boo. I've been booing that man ever since then. Um, but I guess we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. Let's just talk about Backlash. At Backlash. Okay, let's talk about Backlash, guys. Clash. We had the Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I don't know if anyone expected Braun to win. But it makes sense because if Braun Breaker would have lost, I feel like the whole vision and his whole being a Heyman guy would have went down the drain if he lost to Seth Rollins. And I just feel like maybe we're coming into an era where we're getting all the NXT people coming up. Um and maybe it's just like how John Cena announced his classic that he was putting on. You get the newer guys versus the old guys. And I'm just questioning, like, maybe this is the era where all the new up and coming people, they're gonna have their spotlights now. Cause, it's kind of like the whole perspective of you're too young, you don't know about this business. I have a lot of years in my business, you're not ready. Then we have Braun Breaker beating Seth Rollins. I think Braun Breaker is being, Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins, so obviously it's kind of like, oh, Braun is ready. Braun's ready to take on these big leagues. So I'm thinking maybe like with this whole classic and just this new era, if an era is gonna happen, it's kind of just like the newbies coming up and showing that, they can prove themselves because let me tell y'all, this NXT class that just came up, I was watching them on my low times. I do watch NXT, not like all the time, but like the people, the guys and the girls that had gotten called up, y'all, they are really good. And I'm just so excited that we have all these new faces in. And obviously, with this Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, I feel like this is not the last that we're gonna see of these two, and we're gonna have like continuous brawls between Seth and Braun. Obviously, during the match, there was like a slip up of Seth kind of landing on his head. I just think it was because in that moment, if you guys have seen WWE Unreal, you see how, Becky and Seth are really constructive and criticize their matches. So I feel like in that moment, when I seen that, obviously when it's going to be later, this isn't going to be happy about the outcome of what had happened. But I also think it was pretty amazing how Braun Breaker was able to recover from that, mishap that had happened and ended up doing a backflip onto Seth. And I think it was like a pretty nice recovery of what they did. Breaker and Seth Rollins, I will not mind seeing like an 8 match between these two because I just feel like maybe these are wrestling soulmates. These are like, this is really a feud that you can benefit off each other. I know typically when it comes to the championships and they have an opponent every Monday Night Raw are brawling with each other. You got the champion brawling with whoever the heck they're fighting with. But I just feel like if it comes to Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, I have no problem. I would want to see them brawl each other pretty much every time. Because I just feel like within the match that they're giving, like the hatred is there, the beef is there. I just want to know what else is going to be next for Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Like I said, I don't mind if they rerun it back because I think that that was just a good match to begin with. But if Braun Breaker does happen to go like for someone else, well, let's. I would like to see if Braun Breaker does happen to go for someone else. I genuinely don't know who it would be, but hopefully he'll have another good beef with someone. Sami Zayn versus Trick Willie. Oh my lord. Besides Obafemi, you guys, I love Trick Williams. He is such an amazing dude. This man has been having everyone sing his entrance. Oh, like I said earlier, you guys, whenever Sami Zayn took that belt from Carmelo, that man had been getting straight boos from me. But we have Trick Williams who came along and took that belt from Sami Zayn. And then, of course, we're still having this feud with each other till this day. And all I can say is, I sure as heck was not rooting for Sami Zayn. I really don't like Sami Zayn that much because it's just the whole shtick of he's an underdog. You can only be an underdog for so long to the point where you're not considered an underdog no more. I don't know if the commentators had said he was an underdog, or I think maybe it was my boyfriend because my or I think maybe it was my boyfriend. I was watching it with my friend and my boyfriend. This mofo, he likes to be, oh, Sami Zayn, he's such a nice guy. As soon as I say I don't like somebody, he likes to egg me on and be just a devil's advocate. And he had said, like, oh, he's an underdog. You can only be an underdog for so long. He shouldn't even be considered an underdog anymore. This man has his time to shine. How are you going to have an underdog say, oh, there's a spot for WrestleMania, I'm gonna get that spot and you're gonna win? How is that an underdog? When he was trying to be beefing with Cody before, like he was in the main event scene already. I just don't know why he didn't go for Cody, man. You had to go for Melo, didn't ya? Anyways, overall, with the Sami Zayn and Trick Williams match, justice for Gingerbread Man. I know some people don't or aren't a fan of the whole Gingerbread Man segment. To my opinion to you, I know there are some people who don't like the gingerbread segment and maybe thought that it was embarrassing or be like, oh, what are we doing? Gingerbread Man, obviously you guys have no sense of humor. Wrestling doesn't always have to be serious. Justice for Gingy, like, when are you ever gonna see a gingerbread man have beef with the actual ginger man? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Never. But like I said, you guys, wrestling shouldn't always be so serious. You're allowed to have fun sometimes. And I also appreciate how little Yachty is during this whole situation because I know it was like Jelly Roll and then you have Yachty. I feel like when it comes to celebrities in the WWE, Little Yachty is someone who could be a good example of what a celebrity, like how they should participate in a beef like that. Someone like Pat McAfee, someone like Jelly Roll. It's kind of just the way that they were making the whole beef between two superstars about like the main aspect is the celebrity and not the superstars. That is not the way you should go about a WWE beef. I really do appreciate Little Yachty. I know at first when he came out and then it was the whole Jelly Roll, I'm kind of like, ooh, don't be another one of those, please. But towards the end, Little Yachty, he really did his part, and I'm glad that he was able to help Trick a little bit. And then he was kind of getting his behind whooped by the Ginger Man. But overall, Trick William did get that. But overall, Trick really did get that win above Ginger Man. He who shall not be named. Um, obviously, I didn't think Trick Williams would lose his belt that fast, you know? But, but, WWE, please do not make this like an 8-man beef match. I just said that it was only for Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Don't make this a dang continuation between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams, because I do not want to watch that. I do not like Sami Zayn. Y'all, I swear to you, you guys, I didn't even watch SmackDown. Like, I just skimmed through SmackDown. And then as soon as Sammy had his talking segment, skip, skip, skip. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But I also did take a hit to that because when I wasn't posting for SmackDown, when I wasn't posting for SmackDown on my TikToks, then I just post Monday Night Raw. Like, my views were not, they went down. So then I'm like, I gotta do it for the love of the game. And then I still choose to watch SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. So now my views are back up. I'm back up. But who knows? They might be down again because I have not posted Backlash reactions. And I was honestly scared too because I didn't want to get taken down. But I do see some content creators posting their Backlash. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Y'all said not to do it. Y'all said to be low key. And I done see reaction clips. I know when Danhausen had first came out, we were like, this guy stinks. But I don't know, you guys. I love Danhausen. Danhausen is like a little nerdy, geeky, like weird kid that there's no one else like him out there. I love that WWE added another comedic character into this realm. However, I do know there's a lot of people or some people saying that like WWE, this whole Danhausen thing is embarrassing. First and foremost, shame on you. Secondly, you guys really don't know how to have a good time. Wrestling shouldn't always be this serious. And like, I feel sorry for you guys. You guys need to have fun. You need to take that stick up your butt and take it out. Just take it out. On this match, when I tell you guys, ever since Kit Wilson has been bringing out like this big old mirror, it looks like a tennis racket. And I'm just like, why is that mirror so big? But, well, I'm like, not the mirror, but thinking about the tennis racket, why is he holding something? What's that in his hand? And then obviously it's a mirror. I don't know, you guys. I kind of hope I hope he doesn't continue that whole mirror thing, because I really do love like his little poetry that he does, and then I do kind of like his little dance. Crucify me, don't hate me, y'all. Don't hate me. But we have Danhausen and Minihausen. First and foremost, let me tell you guys something. I just think it's so crazy the way that people try to say, oh, it's kind of a little letdown that Danhausen just got a Minihausen and cloned himself instead of having an Obafemi, instead of having a CM Punk as his tag partner. Were we not watching the same Monday Night Raw? See him take a piece of hair off of Brie Bella, and then he built a cloning machine. Did we not see that? They never vocally said like, oh, it's gonna be a Minihausen, but that thought did come across like, oh, he's probably gonna get a Minihausen or a little Danhausen. I have that thought, but I never said it out loud because I'm like, eh. Because I feel like if you try to dread so much and try to figure out like who it is, what's gonna happen, and you set these expectations for yourself and they don't meet up to your expectations, like you're gonna get let down so bad. That's why I didn't try to worry to see who it was or try to figure out what the heck was gonna happen, because I didn't want to be let down. Like I feel like I put so much expectations into WrestleMania and WrestleMania was not it for me. So I just let it be, let it be. And to the people who are like, oh, it would have been such like more money or more eyes if it was a CM Punk or a Obafemi. It doesn't make sense because they have not crossed paths with each other. Like, why would all of us, like, why would Danhausen be making a clone machine? That clone comes out with a Obafemi. Is that really a clone? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, it's not. Or even just a CM Punk. He has not crossed paths with CM Punk like that for CM Punk to come into the match. I feel like also if it was kind of a bigger superstar, that it would kind of not make other people take him as serious. Because I feel like maybe if Oba came into the match, I'd be like, we could obviously tell who's gonna win. Oba's gonna beat him within like 5 seconds. Psh. But at the same time, I'd be like, they really put Oba down into this little card match, and he should be up there. Doesn't make sense. But overall, I was not upset that Danhausen had a little mini Hausen, because as you should, Danhausen. Um, the mini Hausen, I don't know his name specifically, but he has been on AAA before. He is a wrestler. He wrestles with one other dude that's like really big, but he looked familiar. So obviously, this little mini Hausen was gonna cook. They were able to show like AAA wrestlers. I know a lot of people didn't really know who it was. That's why you guys gotta watch AAA. AAA is, if you like the characters or like the quirkiness, if you don't take wrestling serious, watch AAA. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Y'all gotta watch Lucha. Just watch Lucha. Which is pretty fun. You had Miz. I was trying to do the fire extinguisher. Didn't work. Worked on himself and on Canvas. They gotta break up. They gotta break up because it's not working out for them. It's not working out for them. But I'm glad overall, like in this match card, we were able to have a little bit of fun here and there. Like I said, maybe these comedic characters aren't for everybody else, but it is for me. And I hope it was for other people because I really did enjoy this little mini housing. And then you had like them go back into the machine, and then obviously every single one of them came out. Also, on a separate note, I guess at Backlash they had a I guess like a painting area where you could get face paint for being Danhausen, and people were like saying that that's childish and weird for grown men to be getting their face painted like Danhausen. First and foremost, you are a bit. Anyways, first and foremost, if you have a problem with that, you are a. Mm, and there's no really harm into having your face painted like Danhausen. You're not fun. Like, if you have a problem with that, you are not the life of the party. And I certainly would not invite you to my party if you can't have a fun time like that. And it's not really harmless compared to when you have these weirdos that are stalking superstars out of their hotels when they say that when they have vocalized it multiple times at hotels and airports that they don't like being stalked like that. You got weird fans like that. You guys should be criticizing the fans that are like this instead of criticizing the little harmless fans that just want to get a face paint just like Danhausen. Best believe, you guys, when it comes to October, I'm gonna paint my face like Danhausen. It doesn't even gotta be October. Freaking, I'll paint my face like Danhausen just for a stream. Like, I would I would be doing that. That seems so fun. There you have people who go to the AAA shows and they will. I've seen a girl who has painted her face like Mr. Iguana. Like, girl, that's so fun. Y'all shouldn't be judging these fools. Like, what's wrong with you? At the same time, um, like, might as well judge the people who wear lucha masks. Isn't that so weird that they're wearing masks? But face paint, oh, it's a problem. Mask, it's not a problem. Yeah, you guys need to get all together and form one line of standards instead of just up and down, up and down. Because best believe you guys, I'll be putting on Danhausen makeup. I'll be wearing a dang Penta mask if it wasn't so expensive. But besides the point, don't let anybody judge you for who you are. If you want to get your face painted like Danhausen, go ahead and do it, King. Go ahead and do it, Queen. Because we know you like to have fun. To all the other people judging, you're lame. Next match we have is the Io Sky versus Asuka match. Oh my lord, you guys. I can't believe, like, honestly, yeah, I don't know what to say with the Io Sky and Asuka match. Like, is Asuka really retiring? Because I haven't even seen her that much. Obviously, for me, when I first got into WWE, Asuka wasn't there, and then she came back, and I'm like, oh, I really like Asuka's entrance music, not gonna lie. Secondly, I really like her face paint that she does. Thirdly, um, thirdly, for me, Asuka has been like a really good bad guy. And on that Raw brand, we had a bunch of good guys. The only other bad guys you had maybe was Judgment Day, the girls in Judgment Day. But now that we had Asuka and Kairi, they were bad guys. And I don't know what they're gonna do on Raw, because kind of just like the only bad people are like Judgment Day. I don't know. But on this Asuka versus Io match, I want to say it was really, really, really good. I love Io Sky. I love Asuka, and I just think it's like a separate type of when you're wrestling someone that you know you're cool with, that you've had history with, like you want them to go all in on you. And it's kind of crazy the way that Asuka was like beating up Io. I'm like, oh, like I felt so bad for Io. And it's just the way these two girls were countering each other's moves. I was like, Io Sky ain't the suit anymore. She done became a master. I did enjoy this match. Asuka was doing like a really good job putting pressure on Io. And then lo and behold, it came onto the mist. Girl, Io done had Wade Barrett's book. Wade, your book was really, that shit was blank. What were you writing on there? You got a big old binder for what? Anyways, I'm glad Io was able to counter Asuka's thing. And then you just see like, you know, Io just grab her leg and just swoop her. I'm like, oh shoot. Overall, that match was really good. I really do like how the whole thing was like, we want Kyrie. And I know some people are just like, oh, this match really wasn't it for me because Kyrie, they expected Kyrie to come out. I just want to be so for real with you guys. I don't know how you. I'm not trying to be rude, but I genuinely don't know how some people thought that Kyrie was gonna come back. There was no way Kyrie was gonna come back. There was no signs. There was nothing at all because of not having your expectations so high. So when you have them up so high, you're gonna get disappointed. Don't create expectations like that, or else you're gonna get disappointed, like some of the people were because Kyrie didn't come out. Like this, for example, this story was heavily on senpai versus student. I don't know what you call a student, but Io did have to prove herself. In which overall if you take the whole people complaining about Kyrie not being there aspect, overall this match was really good. I'm glad these two women put on a banger of a match. I definitely will want to go back and see like the type of matches that Asuka had. in her NXT days, because there are some people that are saying that that was when she had really good matches. Um, but I'm kind of sad. I don't want to see Asuka go. I've barely seen her, and I just think she's a really good bad guy. But I honestly don't know what. I honestly don't know what's gonna be next for Io if Asuka is retired. Um, because who the heck is she gonna go against? Unless they put it in an instance to where they make Julia go to Raw, or they make Io go to SmackDown. Cause I feel like Io ain't really got anyone else at Raw. Cause like Mommy's gone. She didn't really have a friendship with anyone else. Or unless they bring someone new for Io, but I don't really know where Io is gonna go. Then we're just gonna touch up real quick, you guys, on the John Cena Classic. I genuinely, I don't know how I feel about it. A little confusing because like the crowd votes for who's the winner. Doesn't matter if a person wins a match, because in the end, the person that's gonna win is whoever a person votes for. Whoever is making that John Cena Classic, you better make them prices low. I'm telling you, make them low, because if you skyrocket those prices, you're gonna have nothing but rich people win. Well, you're gonna have nothing but rich people having those seats. And we all know those rich people crowds, they don't do nothing. They ain't good. Like, the only way that happens is if you have like decent price ticket prices, if that's gonna happen. Because I just feel like it's kind of like a little rigged. They don't matter who wins. If you ain't the fan favorite, you ain't gonna get choose. The thing that I'm excited for is like younger generation versus older generation. That's what I'm excited for. But when it comes to like voting and stuff, I am kind of scared because I really don't be trusting the people in the crowd sometimes. Like, the only way that I probably trust people in the crowd is if it's like overseas, because you know how they're like better at chanting and they're more into it overseas. I feel like over here, gonna get taken advantage of. We have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. I am kind of like, because it's the way that Roman Reigns won when he took off that turnbuckle and then he used it to hit Jacob. I don't know how the ref was like, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay, you could do that. Like, you literally saw that, ref. What? But I don't know. I really, the Roman and Jacob feud, like, you got me, you know, here and there. Um, I just don't know. I really don't know, you guys. The Roman and Jacob feud, I'm glad that we have, I'm glad that we have Roman on television now, here and there, but it's like, I don't know, because kind of like Samoan, the family, here we go again, family fighting each other. I really kind of did hope that Jacob was going to win. But here's my thing. If Jacob won, I don't really see him as a champion. I don't see him like championship material, kind of. I know he's crazy, but like, I don't know. The way that they like talk, like, oh, champ has to do this, champ has to do that, I feel like Jacob can maybe may not handle it like that well when it comes to all like the extra activities that they would have to do. Kind of hoping, maybe they did come out, because then Jacob was all like, I'm gonna tear down that family tree. So maybe Jacob's gonna be tearing down the family tree. That's what I kind of want to see. um and I know there's some people that were speculating that, I guess, Royce Keys or maybe Zilla was gonna come out to help. If that was the case, I really don't know. Cause are they gonna let like Zilla Fatu skip the whole NXT line? I don't know. I just know a lot of people, whenever it comes to Jacob having extra help, the first thing is like Zilla Fatu, and I'm like, oh, is he just gonna immediately be on the main roster like that? Like, that's how it's gonna work? did enjoy that match, but I don't know what's gonna happen on Monday Night Raw. I know that it's a ceremony for Roman, but I do ultimately think like the way that Roman won, it's kind of like, ooh, like OTC, you really had to cheat. You can't say he kind of cheated. OTC cheated to get a win from Jacob. So I'm thinking at the ceremony, you know, Jacob isn't gonna show respect because he kind of cheated to get a win over Jacob. You know what I mean? Yeah, what I mean. But I don't know. I think Jacob is definitely gonna get a rematch, or this man is just gonna be taking down the family tree one by one. Yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed my whole thoughts on the whole backlash. Hopefully I can catch you guys on our next video. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Bye.